just had a couple players that were there's a couple coworkers speaking at the Lestra.
That's a fun place. I was there in 2020. It was like 85 degrees.
There's no air.
Lestra. It's literally Rec Hall, just in Philadelphia.
Right.
Like it's a carbon copy right down to those purple bathrooms. It was so much fun.
Yeah, no. We actually won. I mean, came back twice on team.
Yeah.
So, all right, time's 4:30. Okay, I'm going to call this meeting to order of the January 8th, 2024 Patton Township Planning Commission meeting. Does anyone have anything to add to the posted meeting agenda? Okay, hearing none, as we do every time in the new year, we have to reorganize. So part of that is to elect their positions for the Planning Commission. We have chair, vice chair, secretary, and the alternative secretary. So what we will do is, I think what I'll do is, since we have 4 different positions, and then we have some other things later on the list, I'll just go backwards, and we'll hear someone to nominate the person. So for alternative secretary, do I have anyone that would like to nominate anyone for alternative secretary?
Don't all speak up at once. I nominate Ellen Foreman as alternative secretary.
Okay. Do I have a second? Okay. All those in favor of Ellen as alternative secretary, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Okay, the ayes have it. Ellen, are you okay with that position going forward? Okay. I asked last year to do this as a block, and I was told I can't, so that's why we're going through this one at a time. I think our records may be 10-minute meeting. Okay, moving forward. So for the position of secretary, do I have anyone that would like to nominate anyone for the position of Planning Commission secretary?
I nominate Jim Payne.
Do I have a second to nominate Jim Payne for secretary?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of Jim as secretary, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say no. The ayes have it. Jim, you are our secretary. Okay, next position we have is vice chair. Do I have a motion for vice chair for the Planning Commission?
I'll nominate Bill Burnett.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of Bill as vice chair, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say no. Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you. And this is always an uncomfortable question. Do I have someone to nominate a chair for the Planning Commission?
I nominate Richard Schmidt.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you. And thank you to everyone that went through that process and is going to serve the township. Okay, moving on to other things on the agenda. So this evening, we have to approve a schedule for our meetings and work sessions for the 2024 calendar year so that these meetings may be advertised to the general public. So the meeting dates we have are below, and I'm just going to give everyone a minute to look at this, and if anyone has any feedback before we take a formalized vote to move the meeting dates forward. And also, if everyone is sufficed with starting the meetings at 4:30.
So, Amy, do you want me to talk about that now, or do you want to hold off on that until later?
Well, we can talk about that now if you want to.
So I teach this architecture studio now, and it doesn't end until 5:30. So, talked about I emailed Amy to let her know, and one of the thoughts was maybe I could become an alternate on this committee. I'm not entirely sure what
So,
should happen.
yeah, so
honestly.
alternates are allowed under the MPC, the Municipalities Planning Code. And basically what an alternate does, they can participate in everything the Planning Commission does, they just can't vote. And then they're not counted on for a quorum. My other thought was, if you stay on as an alternate, you could then also be a CRPC rep if you were interested in that, because their meetings don't start until 7 or 7:30, so it's later in the evening. And Center Region Planning Commission would still keep you engaged as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just had that thought off the top of my head as we're sitting here, but I was just thinking that might be, because I don't want to lose your expertise.
Yeah.
And I think you're interested in the planning process.
Yeah.
And I realize that you're not going to maybe have the same schedule forever. So if you stay as an alternate, alternates can bump into a full position at any time. Plus, you can still just come and participate if your schedule allows. Yep.
Okay. I mean, I think that's interesting. I mean, I think we should just probably talk more about it.
Yeah, all I was gonna do because you said you were interested, and we don't have bylaws for the planning commission here. That was the complicating factor we had when we did this in my previous position. So I was just gonna talk with the supervisors and make sure they were okay with adding, because you can add up to 3 alternates.
Okay.
And then you have the same term. It would be a 3 or 4 year term, whatever your term is now. So it would be a nice way for you to slide over, still stay engaged, and then if your schedule changes with the semester,
Yeah.
you can still come and participate in all the discussions, and then if someone on the planning commission isn't able to make it, you would be able to vote then. But I think the voting is probably the least, I mean, it's certainly important, but I think if I'm reading you right, I think for you, it's being able to participate and still learn and have the discussion part of it that you'd be interested in.
Yeah.
So that was my thought process.
Do we then have to replace him?
We would find someone to replace him, yes. And I have had some folks reach out about interest on the planning commission, so I don't know that it would be difficult to find someone to step in. And then we could also recruit 2 other alternates in that whole process as well.
Yeah, all that is to say that I just don't want to like sway that, because I can't make most of these meetings on Mondays at 4:30.
Well, I'll get everyone else's thoughts. I mean, I have a non-opinion until the Phillies start playing baseball at 7, but anyone else have a thought?
I'm open to change in time, so.
Is it the day of the week that's?
Yeah, is it the time or the day?
It will be mostly the day. If it was a Tuesday or a Thursday, well, I take that back. Until we get to summer. Summer has a totally different issue, because I'm doing a study abroad thing, so I won't be in the country
okay.
in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I think the alternate
Yeah.
might be the good solution
Yeah.
here, rather than trying to
Okay,
change.
so it's not just the time, it's the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if
Yeah.
you move it to Tuesday, then
Yeah.
you're running into all of my fire department.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
hazmat and other things.
All right, and now, if I'm understanding correctly, if we went after 5:30 on a Monday, you could viably join on Zoom if you wanted to.
Yes.
Okay.
On Monday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you can still participate.
You know, when we have more on the agenda.
Yes.
Okay.
Or if something specific to the agenda was something that you wanted architectural input on, also, like, that could be moved to the end of an agenda, potentially.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, we can absolutely work with you to try to keep you on board and working with us.
Yeah, because when they design our new school, you know, I want your thoughts on the architecture, so.
Well, we have to first figure out if they can put it on the track.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
Well, I think
discussion.
Okay, so having said that, and, you know, thank you for your thoughts, and, you know, I'm glad that you're still going to be able to be an integral part of things and give us your input. And have fun with your endeavors. Having said that, how are these meeting dates looking in the times?
I'm not opposed to pushing back an hour. That gets my wife off before I disappear on the days that we're doing this, so.
Okay,
But, I mean, but at the same time,
Yeah, I don't want to delay everybody else's schedule also, and, and people who are working here and everybody to like, just to,
I guess no matter what, we should also say that we're only going to have meetings for 3 hours.
Oh, good point. Really good point.
We're only going to have meetings for 3 hours?
Max.
Oh, max.
Maximum.
Yeah, I was like, I hope you don't have meetings for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's a long
no,
time.
but that's the
part of
max.
that.
Right.
And then at that point, if we need to go to a work session a subsequent week, we will.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that we all know that if we do push it back, that we're all leaving here at 8:30 regardless.
I would prefer to keep it at 4:30.
Okay,
How about we do this? I'll make the motion, if the motion fails, to move to 5:30, and then we can have a split vote on this. We can see if we want to or not, just leave it at
We
that.
do 5?
We could do 5.
is 5 a compromise? Or does that not help?
I'll do it.
Does that work better for you? Bill?
Because if you did 5, then Brian could reasonably zoom
Yeah.
in or join after he's done at 5:30.
5 would give me a couple extra minutes getting out of work too, because I don't leave work till 4. So,
yeah, 5 might get me, yeah, some chance that I could actually get here on some days if I know I have to leave studio at like 4:30.
Yep.
Or if I just have to leave studio to go to my office there.
Right.
To take it to.
Right.
okay. So,
But again, I don't know about, like, the folks that are running equipment and things of that nature.
I don't think from staff's perspective, 5 would be that much of a difference for us from 4:30. I think pushing it back to 5:30 would be, because that makes for a longer evening for everyone.
yeah. I was going to vote no on the 5:30, but the 5 I'm fine with.
Before making a motion here, is everybody good with the dates? Does
Yes.
anybody-
Yeah, that was the other question. So the dates were good, and okay, so we can make a concurrent motion, if that's okay, to say that we're going to, can I have a motion to approve the dates as stated?
Do you, sorry, before you do that, I mean, if I'm turning into an alternate, and then if that makes it simpler for you all to just keep the meetings at 4:30, knowing that I'm going to be an alternate that can participate every once in a while. Like, I don't want to, it's like I want you guys to do what's best for the group, assuming I'm going alternate.
I think my only concern is we're done in 3 hours regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would endeavor to try to get you out of here in an hour to an hour and a half, max. And if we have something that's complicated, we would go to a work session and split
Yeah.
that off, or hold
Well,
items.
it's just if people come and speak,
Yep.
it's the public.
Right, if there's a couple,
If they know that there's a cutoff time, and that's part of our, agenda.
Yep.
That they understand that.
Yep.
yeah. So, I mean, I'm fine with 5 o'clock.
I'm fine with 5 o'clock.
I'll make it work.
Doesn't sound like you're fine.
It doesn't,
Hey, we
No,
can,
I'll work with you on 5.
okay.
I'll put forth the motion that we accept the regular meeting dates as posted, the work session dates as posted, with the regular meeting dates starting at 5 o'clock and lasting no longer than
3
3
hours.
hours.
Second?
Okay. All those in favor of all the meeting dates as listed, having the meeting start at 5 without going longer than 3 hours or 8 PM, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, the ayes have it. So,
And I purposely did the starting times for the work sessions.
no, yeah, well, okay.
What time do the work sessions usually start?
But we haven't had one.
Same time,
Same time.
Okay.
at least in the past.
Yeah.
We haven't
Okay.
had one for ages. but-
Right, no. Okay, so, next we have Section C, which is selection of the Central Region Planning Commission rep. And for this past year, we had Sharon Collins as serves as the primary rep, and Jim Payne served as the alternate rep. The Planning Commission, we need to designate a rep for 2024. They typically meet on the first Thursday of the month at 6:30 at the Center Region Council of Governments COG building. So do I have a motion for a primary rep and an alternate rep for the Central Region Planning Commission?
I guess the first question is, who would be interested?
Is Sharon still wanting to do it?
I have not heard from Sharon.
I'm going to say no because I'm doing Water Authority liaison too, but, you know, if you needed me as a backup alternate, I would be fine with that.
You know, I think I've got Thursdays open right now.
And back to Brian as an alternate, can he be the rep? As
Yeah,
an
Brian,
alternate?
I think Brian, as an alternate planning commission member, could be the rep. I have to 100% check that with Center Region to make sure their bylaws don't say something different.
Okay, so we have.
You
okay.
could, though, sorry, you could, though, go with someone else as the primary and then Brian as the alternate to that, and then swap off.
Jim, do you want to do it?
No,
No. Just checking.
I got a lot of stuff coming up this year, so.
I would nominate Bill, too, since he's interested.
Okay, so.
With him being
Brian.
with Brian being the alternate.
Right.
Okay, so I have a motion on the floor. Can I have someone formalize the motion of Bill? Bill, do you want to formalize the motion,
Sure.
then we'll get a second?
The motion would be to nominate Bill Burnett as the CRPC representative for 2024, with the alternate being, Brian, what's your last name?
Paterka.
Paterka.
Okay. What you said, as the alternate.
Okay,
Really bad at names.
all those in favor say aye.
Did we second that motion?
Oh, I'm sorry, second. Okay. So we have a second for Bill as the first rep, primary, and Brian as the alternate rep for the CRPC. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you.
And you'll be needed in March.
Okay. Next is, now for these board meetings, can I do this now too? Or,
Why don't you approve the minutes?
Yeah, I'll
first, and
approve the
then you can
minutes,
do those.
okay.
Yep.
all right, so can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the December 4th, 2023 regular meeting? And I believe we got an email of something with a date change or some type of change from the minutes. Yeah,
Yes.
right, so we're all set. So can I have a motion to approve the December 4th minutes?
So moved.
Okay, can I have a second?
So seconded.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the December 4th meeting minutes. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say no. Okay, the minutes are approved. Next, we have public comment. Is there anyone from the public in person or on Zoom that would like to comment for anything? If you're commenting of something on the agenda, which there isn't nothing really else on the agenda, you should wait until we get there. Okay, hearing none. We have nothing on pending items. We have nothing on other business. And is it apropos now to go to the board meetings? Sure. Okay. All right, so we have, every month, as you know, we have someone who needs to come to the board meeting. So Jim, you're off the list. Debbie, you're on the list for the 13th. So we have February board meeting, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and December.
What's the February date?
February is the 14th, Valentine's Day. I don't want anyone to get themselves in trouble by taking that date.
Well, my wife's on call, so that's not a good idea for me to take that.
I'm sorry?
I said my wife's on call, so that's not a good idea for me to take
No,
that day.
I second that.
I can do that one.
No, not a good,
I can do it, but I do have a question about those meetings. I just wonder, what is the real purpose of being there? It's very confusing.
I think it ends up being a little redundant. That's what I've noticed since I've been over here, because
Right.
your plans are always on right after the Planning Commission report. So maybe moving forward, just a suggestion, I know, Ellen, when you came the last time, you talked about the training that you guys had gone to, and I think
Right.
the board was interested in hearing that because they didn't know necessarily that that had happened. So if we can focus on items other than just the plans, because you're also there if they have a question about one of the plans that comes up immediately after the report. So maybe focus on something else that the Planning Commission has talked about. Because we are going to try to get you some training with the new CRPA director, Mike Tilka, have him come down and help get you training on various aspects of things that you do deal with as a planning commission. So I would focus on that rather than just giving we reviewed the Mount Nittany Top Trees West plan, which you will see in 2 seconds.
yeah.
Well, and I wondered if it's actually necessary. That's my big question.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's something I'll have to, I think it's always been done, and I
Right.
think that's why it's on the agenda, but I can
Right.
certainly talk with the board about that to see how they feel, if they'd rather just have a rep come in case there's questions about plans, and then give a report quarterly instead of doing it every month. You know, sort of summarizing activities. I can certainly have that discussion with them.
Okay.
For
So,
now,
is anyone okay for the February date?
I said I could do it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What time
it's
is
okay.
this?
5:30?
14.
Okay.
But it depends on the agenda, what time it gets to you.
Yeah,
Right,
it's usually not 5:35.
right.
Yeah, so that one I've got the same, that's my class is the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. So I've had the same issue.
Okay. If it's okay, can I take June and July? Because
Sure.
August is Parents' Night.
I could do September.
I can take April.
Okay, okay. Just, hold on. So, Bill, you're April. Okay. May we have vacant, and who said September? Debbie?
Ellen?
Oh, Ellen. Okay. Now, no, wait a minute. Sharon's not here. Okay.
We just have to assign her the rest.
Yeah, I'll just give her the rest. So, okay, so we have May open,
I'll take May.
August, okay. So you're off the list, you have two. Okay, so we have August, October, and December.
Brian, will you have the same schedule in the fall?
In the fall semester?
Fall semester, probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be the same. It's the Tuesday, Thursday that will change.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you're, now, you're done at 5:30, right?
Yes, yeah.
I would say.
Do we have to be at these meetings, or is this?
No, you
like-
can
No,
zoom
they're
in.
on
This is also
Zoom.
You can Zoom.
And you'll never be on right at 5:30.
No, it's,
Because they give the police report and all this other jazz.
Yeah, if these ones can be Zoomed, then August, no,
Okay,
but October,
I move that we make him do them all.
okay,
Since he can show up at 6:30 and
that's not nice.
yeah.
if you can get Penn State to change their class meeting times, good luck.
Yeah,
Let's see, what was that? October was.
9th,
October 9th should be fine.
okay, so
And November, no, December,
December 18th,
probably still fine.
okay.
That should be after your semester.
Yeah.
Yeah, our semester will probably be over.
The only other suggestion I have, and I mean, I don't care if it's in the bylaws, is just to try to be cognizant of people attending, like, There's no way for planning and zoning to be up at the front of the meeting before the police report and all that jazz.
I agree.
I mean, that's a discussion point with the Board of Supervisors.
Okay.
That agenda's been time
Okay.
tested, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to be cognizant of people that have, you
Yeah,
know, that
we
are.
do, yeah, we do try to, if there's big agenda items or someone's coming for an agenda item, I do try to put those on at the front of the meeting.
Okay.
So they don't have to sit through everything.
Okay. All right. So then I'll put Sharon in on the 21st, and we can confirm if that works for her.
And that, is that May?
August.
August.
August 21st. And we now are solidified for our dates. Okay. So, and if anyone has changes, we've been pretty good in making this work, so. You want to pass this down the line there? Okay. All right, so, hearing nothing else, do we have any other business besides getting those dates solidified? Okay, hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I have a quick question.
Absolutely.
How's the Toff Trees Resort coming along as far as the plans?
Well.
We have not seen the Top Trees Resort plan since July. I can tell you, we received new plan submissions on Friday for February. One is being the temporary pro golf shop for Top Trees Resort. We also have Goodwill. What's that? Decibel Partners Hotel.
You guys are going to be
What is
busy.
it? I'm sorry.
Decibel Partners Hotel, it's actually the hotel site over at Nittany Valley Sports Center.
Oh, okay,
Thank you.
okay. Any other questions?
Well, just the timeline that was presented to us regarding the Toff Trees Golf Resort and Hotel and all that, how would they be able to get it finished in time if they?
That's a good question for them.
That's not our problem?
Yeah, that's not our problem.
It's their problem.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
their.
okay, okay.
That's
Well, I just
their
didn't,
issue.
I sometimes feel like things kind of get, rammed down. I've felt that before, like it's gotten rammed down our throats because.
They've delayed the project for whatever reason, and we have to take our time to review it, and that's a complicated plan, so that's not something that we're gonna take lightly.
Okay.
Because they
The one
went
thing
from
we-
November.
The one thing we make sure of too is we watch our board upstairs because we do request time extensions. So once we get to a point where the current 90-day extension will expire, we request another 90-day extension. So, because if we don't and we miss it, it can be deemed approved.
What they're looking for.
No,
There's a lot of monkeys in the
yeah,
parade and.
there's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of ducks having a rave in the back of a pond somewhere, so.
Yeah. And in the same vein, how is the Mount Nittany outpatient building progressing?
It's progressing.
How's the micro hospital progressing?
Oh, good, we toured that, actually. That's coming along nicely. That's gonna be huge. It's not just a micro hospital, it's gonna be a doctor's office and an urgent
Yeah.
care center, and
I remember when they came in.
And workers' comp? They're going to have workers' comp people there?
I don't know. Didn't ask that question.
Anything else for the good of the order?
Just on a statement on good of the order, we really need more workers' comp doctors in the area. So if there's anybody out there that's listening that wants to open up a workers' comp, primary care in this area, we really do need it because there's several organizations that I know of that are in desperate need of workers' comp docs. That's my good of the order for today.
Okay.
I know that we had on our agenda junkyards, meaning not junkyards, but actual yards that look like junk. Are we able to put that back on the agenda again?
Well, so that's a good question in general. Would you guys like to would you find it helpful to do a work plan of items that you want to tackle that aren't plans, like as we have time moving forward? And if so, if you want to send me a list of some things we can put on the agenda next month to discuss possible items for your work plan.
Okay.
I'd love to see the work plan of the ones that we had last
we
year and the year
haven't done.
before that.
Yeah.
Haven't come up.
They have work plans before?
Yeah,
We used to do, where we had a meeting where we ranked work task
Yeah.
topics.
We will dig that out. I was not aware of
Or I
that.
thought we did a survey monkey,
Yeah,
or am
it's
I
like
wrong?
sign
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can do that. Yep, we'll
Okay.
dig that out and then we can.
Yeah, the sign ordinance was on there, the road ordinance was
road
on
ordinance
there.
was on there.
Planned airport district.
Planned airport district.
Stuff.
That was before
Junkyard.
last thing.
Oh, planned airport districts.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, I do remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll pull that out and send that to you and let you rank it and look
Okay.
at some stuff, like the planned airport district probably isn't needed to be done anymore because the Cradle property's in play right now. But there's also some other things, like the street ordinance that we'd like to work on with our engineer, Michelle, now, and I've already talked to her about. So there's some items that would be assigned to staff, but some that you would then see at the end of the process. But I'll dig that out. I forgot about that. I'll dig that out and send out a list to you guys to rank. And then if you have other items that you want to see added, let's add those to the list as well. And I mean, the biggest thing is we don't have to do everything in 1 year, right? These things are usually pretty evergreen, so we can take our time kind of working through some of
Yeah.
these things.
Well, and, I'm not saying, but there's times where over the winter months we're slower.
Yep.
That, it would, to even start a discussion on some of those would move things forward. Like
And this
junking,
would
so.
be a good thing if you figure out what you want to put on that work plan at your February meeting. This would be a good thing to get feedback from the supervisors at their meeting in February, just to say, because they're in the process of setting their work plan for 2024 as well, so.
Yeah,
And I know we had talked about an overall planning for the township and things like that.
right. Okay, is there anything else that we have tonight before I have a motion to adjourn?
second.
Oh, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.